This next mean comment was from a person that goes by the name of the Lesso, I think it's called the Lesso 111. He writes, in SHTF, I'm coming for your stuff. You can prepare for me. This I promise. So, man, just, So I just responded back, Marauders will have a very short lifespan during SHTF, and if this is your mentality, please leave your channel. And that's true. Let me repeat that. If that is your mentality, if you have that criminal, violent, prey on good people mindset, please leave my channel now. This next mean comment is from a user that goes by the name of either Nothis, or not this, or not this, or not his. And his comment was in response to a video I did several months back about how preppers at a retreat group, at a retreat location, could possibly, this was one way to possibly deal with untrained snipers that might be trying to target their bug out location. My point in that video was that trained snipers are very few and far between. Yes, there are very good shots out there, but actual trained snipers are very, very few and far between. And that the majority of snipers that preppers will deal with during SHTF will be somebody that's a local that's gotten hungry, that grabs their scoped hunting rifle and climbs up into a tree and decides to try to take them out to take their food. Anyways, I was very clear in that video. This was about dealing with untrained snipers, and that this was dealing with what you would more than likely be dealing with, which is an untrained person who happens to have a scoped hunting rifle, who's decided they're going to climb up in a tree and try to take you out one by one and take your food. But I was very specific in this video. This is about dealing with untrained snipers. So he writes, if there is already a sniper in your area and to prevent one from entering, you utilize your, and then he does ... Never mind, I'm not saying blank. This guy knows what he left out, and it was done on purpose. Unsubscribe from this blank hole, people. He is keeping the most important topics undercover. Okay, if I remember correctly, I stated in the video this was one way. Just something to think about. And then if you have any good points, to please share them for the rest of us so we can all learn from each other. Instead, he chooses to say that I'm purposely leaving stuff out and that people should unsubscribe from me. Brother, you just make me shake my head. This next user goes by the name of Inyalabudbud Punja Bidalawad, whatever it is. He says, and this, I must have somewhere in a video, I must have said something about watching sodium levels during SHTF. So his response was, watching my sodium level during an apocalypse? Seriously? Gee, will I also get to continue pumping iron at the gym 3 times a week and buying enough omega-3 fatty blank at the store as I suck on my Starbucks latte? Are the people who watch prepper videos really that effing stupid? Okay then, now I know who the first victims of WROL will be. LOL. Alright. So, I just responded back, hey, I think an important thing to remember is that the more sodium that you take in, then the more water that your body may require. And water may or may not be scarce. This is a pretty simple concept, so... Alright, bud. Next mean comment. When SHTF, do you really think anyone will be monitoring? While I do have my license, I am able to allow anyone to use my radio under my license. You are a quack. So, this was by Joe Bauer, or Bauer, however you pronounce his name. And this was a response to a video I did quite a while back, you know, a year, 2 years ago, about, you see a lot of preppers that say, hey, I'm not going to get my ham license. I got a ham radio. I'm not going to get my ham license. Because as SHTF happens, a license isn't going to be, you know, required at that point. Nobody's going to care if you have a license or not. And if you get a license, then the government might know whose door to come knocking on if SHTF happens. And what I was trying to point out in that video is ham radios, unless you are super techie, unless you really know what you're doing, ham radios are not something that you can just take out of the box and turn on and use. You gotta learn how to program them. You gotta learn how to which frequencies to get onto, yada yada yada. And my whole point of that video is that if your plan is to get a ham radio and put it into a box and then bust it out if SHTF happens, you're probably going to be in a world of hurts, because when you break that radio out, you're not going to know how to use it. It's not like a CB or a walkie-talkie. And so my point in the video was, hey folks, go ahead and get your ham license, learn how to use it. That way if SHTF does happen, you can use it. You'll know how to use it. And if you don't get your license before then, if you just buy that radio and get it out and start trying to use it pre-SHTF, the other ham people, the other ham operators are going to shut you down. The whole point of that video was, get your ham license so you can practice with it and learn it before SHTF. Alright, so on my channel I actually welcome constructive criticism. And I want to give a good example of constructive criticism that somebody left on my channel. And I get these, you know, from time to time. Unfortunately, for every one of these that I get 50 of the mean comments. But here's an example of good constructive criticism that somebody gave me in order to help me better my channel. So this good constructive criticism come from a user that goes by the name Happy Fun Time Reviews. And he wrote, while this may seem kind of trollish, I do not intend it that way. I cannot subscribe to your channel until you work on your pronunciation. Example, it is not pronounced especially. Phonetically, it is pronounced, or it is especially. And he does have a point. I do have horrible English. I will say especially instead of especially, and stuff like that. He writes, drives me bonkers when I hear that, and I am unable to focus on the excellent content you provide. This is not a speech impediment kind of a thing, so I know you are able to correct it. If you are unwilling to correct speech patterns such as this, then how informed and viable is the other information you provide? Honest, constructive criticism here. Thank you. So I wrote back, hey, don't sweat it. I always welcome constructive criticism on my channel. And I wrote, to be honest, I know I have horrible speech. I have a strong hillbilly drawl that I really try to tone down on the channel. So anyways, folks, hey, if you're going to criticize, hey, do it like this guy. Hey, anyways, folks, hey, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night.